Before we move on to World Superbike, guys, the WCR concluded as well. Maria Herrera won. Unfortunately, Anna Carrasco didn't race this year. What are you guys' thoughts on? I don't know how much of that you guys got to catch up on. Year 2, the WCR, the championship, what Yamaha is doing with their R7 and this class. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I actually didn't really see much of it this year. I mean, I do feel like when they first started, I think last year, the year before, it was promoting much better. Like I was looking forward to it. I kind of like sort of missed out with so much racing going on of watching the ladies ride. But for them to be into it with the R7, I think is still pretty cool. Hopefully to continue it. And just looking at Maria Herrera setting the example, just with her skill level, it's good for her to, set the stepping stone for this class. So it was good to see her win the championship. I'm sure it was, I didn't see the race, so I'm just sure it was a good fire race, but it's good to see that R7 running pretty well.
Okay, that's what's up. No, it's definitely great to see, and I hope it continues. And I hope we get some other names from some of the other classes as far as females to get into the class. What are your thoughts, Louis? I know you want to know what it costs.
I don't want to get canceled. Rex went black.
Right. Oh, I know what happened.
I guess I'll be a dice.
I know what happened. It's a good. Go ahead, man. Talk.
That was a sign.
I mean, I like the idea behind the class of giving younger women the opportunity to kind of work their way into racing and prove themselves on the same tracks where the men are racing. But I'd like to see women from this class move over and race with the men's class, because I understand having this class and having the opportunity to put a woman as a champion. But when Anna Carrasco won her championship in the men's class, like that to me is a championship. Like you beat everybody. You weren't the best of this small group. You were the best of all the group. And, I understand that, again, last year when this first came into effect, they were promoting this so much. They were pushing this so hard. And it was actually really exciting. Like we got some great racing. Like it's really tight racing because when you're racing on these smaller bikes, there's no breakaways. Once in a while you get like 2 top riders that might break away. But for the most part, it felt almost like Moto3 races where everything stayed pretty close. And then this year, it felt the same, but they weren't promoting it as much. Like I didn't see, just like TJ was saying, like I didn't see as much promotion this year. I didn't see as much lead up. Like even during the World Superbike broadcast, like they rarely ever spoke about it. Like it felt like an afterthought this year, whereas last year they really were promoting it the right way. And, I don't want some of the women in this class that do have talent to get mitigated to only this class. Like I want some of these women to get the opportunity to race, just racing the class. It's not a man's class. It's just a racing class, The same condition you're in, these men are in. The same bike that you're on, these men are on. And I don't believe in motorcycle racing, maybe at the superbike level where you do have to be physically strong to hold on to a 240 plus horsepower motorcycle for 22 laps. But I don't believe that a woman can't get into that condition either.
Right.
So if you have the skills and you are the championship, this year, why don't you get an opportunity? See if you can get an opportunity to race in super sport, or even race, in the 400 class. Take that next step. I don't want this to just be the end of all these women's career.
Right.
They have to be able to leap from this to something else. And if there's no leap, and in World Superbike, the FIM, Dorna doesn't have that step to take women that are winning in this class and help them get into that next class. This is the same thing we talk about when we're saying there's no Americans in MotoGP or Moto2 or Moto3.
So do you think that there should be, I mean, I know you said like, just, they can move up to the men's class, but do you think, there should be, 1,000cc bikes option for women? As far as moving up, or do you think that
just race the class, man?
Just race the class because it is the world stage.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of outside of that class, moving to MotoGP, it doesn't get any bigger than that.
Or even some of these women getting the opportunity to race in Moto2. Somewhere, anywhere. Like there has to be a platform where you can elevate from where you're at now to another class.
Well, I mean, Anna's in World Superbike. She was signed to the factory team in the Supersport class this year. So, and we've seen her in Moto3 in the GP class, but not Moto2. So I see what you're saying as far as getting there, but I mean. Yeah, I suppose if there's a fast enough rider in the WCR class, I suspect the next option would be Super Sport, and if Super Sport can transition to Moto2 and or World Superbike, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. For anything you do, in basketball, you might be in a AA or AAA, but there's always a next step to keep moving your progression along as an athlete. Like, do you want to play AAA for your whole life? You don't want to play AAA for your whole life. You want to keep, at least a real athlete wants to keep pushing themselves, competing with people that are a little bit better than them, keep pushing their level of play. And the same thing with motorcycle racing. If you end up racing the same 15 women for the next 5 years, this class will be dead. Because nobody wants to see the same 15 people racing each other all the time.
Right.
That's what we have Motor America for.
Yeah. And I do think that would change because, we see the likes of Kayla and some of these other young ladies. I think that they're the future. Like we see these young, college female players moving into the WNBA now. I think they are the future. The question is, do they think of it as the WNBA for them, or do they think like, okay, as far as Kayla's like, man, I want to go to Motor America World Superbike. I mean, Motor America the Superbike class, and not go to the WCR, or the same thing in Asia or Australia or some of these other countries where females are racing in male classes.
Yeah, I mean,
for lack of a better word,
she's got the right mindset, because let's say Motor America came out with a ladies racing class. So Kayla will win every single race, hands down, because I don't see any other woman in the U.S. that's on her level right now.
It's build, train, race.
Build, train, break, and oil up the track.
But that I don't want to. We have to say that class exists because it does. So.
I guess. But all right, take any of those women for build, train, race and put them on a V2, same exact bike that Kayla has. She'll wipe the street with them, man. Mm-hmm. Like she has her mindset is, I don't want to race against a gender. I want to race in a class of bikes. Right. I don't want to be minimalized or marginalized to only racing women. I'm not here to race women. I'm here to race the best. Gotcha. And when I win and I beat somebody, I want to be the best. I don't want somebody to come up to me one day and be like, you're the best female rider racing against other females. Right. She just wants to say, hey, you're the best rider. Gotcha. Period.
So, okay. I see what you're saying. So we just need more female riders like Kayla.
Yeah.
And then the WCR would be dope. Well, not to say it's not dope now, but the level of competition would be higher because we are seeing what she's doing in Super Sport class and Motor America. So we
and I don't want these women that are in this class relegated to only being in this class. Like, I don't want other teams and other managers and other squads looking at them and not seeing them as an option, a viable option to go to Super Sport or to go to another class. Because if they can do this in this class, they should get the opportunity to do this in another class. Because guess what? If this was all 15 to 18-year-old guys doing this, World Superbike or World Supersport teams will be looking at them as a next possible replacement for somebody on my squad.
Right. I see what you're saying. And we'll move on, but I'll say this. I think once the level of competition as far as the WCR gets to the equivalent, the rider, and I no disrespect to any of those riders, because I think Maria and a few of the Sanchez and a few of the top ones, they're savages.
Yep.
But for the bulk of the riders, they need to get their level up to where Maria, Kayla, Sanchez and those likes to really, open the doors. Like we see they have opportunities, because Maria's been racing in the European Championship, been racing in Moto E. Granted, Moto E's done at the end of this year, but nonetheless, they had enough skills to be able to reach further.
And a class like this at least gives women an opportunity to at least strive for that first rung.
Right.
Let me reach this first rung. If I can get to this first rung, then I can reach the next rung. Because before, the rung was kind of put out of their hands. We were only looking for men. We only want men. Now that women have an opportunity to display their skills, like this is where you display your skills, but this isn't your home. Right. This is just another step. And that's the way you got to look at it. This is another step in my journey to where I really want to end up.
Okay. I see it. We're going to move from there. Let's get into MotoGP. I agree with you though, on that. And the future looks bright.